Yeah, it's a new rider in town, or a new about to be rider in town. We want Shakara go plenty. Say, I don't want to go learn power bike. Ah, Jesus. The space is not going to be enough. Riders community, you have a sister coming through. I'm coming through, and my fans, you guys are going to have a field day watching the entire process of me learning how to ride a motorbike. And do you know that I have a bicycle trauma? Like, I cannot be on a bicycle without shaking. So I don't know how I'm going to conquer the fear of my bicycle trauma and still ride a motorbike. Let's see how it goes. Hey guys, so as I said earlier, I'm going to be taking you through a journey of me breaking some of my maybe bucket list, as well as things that I had trauma in or I have fear for. So one of it is riding a motorcycle. I don't have a fear for riding a motorcycle because I've never ridden one before. I love speed, I love driving a lot, and I feel that I can transfer that. I love adrenaline rush, and I just feel, ever since I was a teenager, I just like that whole idea of that bike community, that whole togetherness, and that I just love it. I like Harley Davidson bikes. I'm always following Ed Hardy's clothing line. I know that the bikers are like, fun with that. So today I'm going to start my own journey. And wait, this will they try you? It said it's one keep. Let me do it. It's one. Jesus. How bikers they ride for Nigeria? Because this other country is very cold. Okay, let's continue this story. So let me tell you a little story about my bicycle situation. So I was riding a bike. I was riding a bicycle when I was younger. It's like between 11 and 13 years old. Always went to have fun with the guys, always trying to do some tricks. Then this particular day, I don't know what happened with the brakes. And I was looking at this wedge right in front of me like this. I just ran into that divider, like those road dividers. I don't know. I wanted to stop, screech, turn. Something just blocked my mind, and I went straight in, and I hit back across. It was painful. Since then, I've had this fear. I love the bicycle. I love to ride. I'll be on top of it. Move. Problem. My body just freezes. So I'm hoping that fear is going to be conquered sometime soon. It's just like the fear of swimming. One thing about Nigerian families or Nigerian communities, every small thing is, you go and die, you go and drown, that is how my parents discouraged me from swimming until I learned swimming at 21. And when I learned, I had this amazingly huge fear for the deep end. How did I conquer that fear? No, I did not try to conquer it myself. It was my trainer. What he did to me was, he always tricked me. He would be telling me, let's go, we'll go together. So I always ride on his back to get to the deep end, and he'll bring me back. This fateful day, he took me there, and just before I tell you what he did, he intentionally did not teach me how to float, so I could just swim across one end to the other, not the breadth, not the entire length, I mean the breadth, and swim back. But to stay sustaining in the water and lie and no fit the float. So he didn't teach me that. On this fateful day, he took me to the deep end, and before I knew it, I said, trainer has slipped away from underneath me. The man went into the deep end, like deep inside, and I was right there on top. Where is my teacher? I looked up and I was shouting, help me, I'm gonna die, I don't want to die. The teacher was like, where are you? I could just hear his voice, swim, Kaffy, swim, you can swim. Somewhere in my brain just said, you can swim. That's how I started swimming, till I got to the wall, and I grabbed the wall and I looked back. I didn't die. Oh my God, I didn't die. Oh my God, I didn't die. Let's do it again. And I tried to do it again. Each time, the fear was still there, but it was being conquered. So, lesson of the day, moral of the day, what you don't face, you can't conquer. You need to always face your fears, no matter what it is. Just face it. You can conquer it. And it might not be conquered at once, but trust me, you develop a muscle over that thing, against that thing. And every time you try, you find yourself knowing nooks and crannies on how to, beat that system, beat that difficulty. And that's what I'm going to do. So, let's go. I will be uploading everything. I'll try and upload on my IGTV to create a series. But for better viewing, I'm going to upload it on my YouTube channel. So, yeah, that's Kaffy Tube on YouTube. see you again. I'm on my way now. When I get there, I will record again. Bye. Meet my teacher. You record everything. I think I must record all these journeys.
Abby.
Yeah, so
We got you.
this is Mr. Randy. He is. I've spoken to so many bikers, and everybody keeps saying this is the best product Nigeria, and they said even Africa got. So I am opportune and honored to have one of the best stuntmen, bikers, skaters in the country to be teaching me. Yes.
We got you.
Yes. So I've been dreading this day and looking forward to it at the same time.
Yes.
You know when you dread something,
Yeah.
we are looking forward to it.
Well, I've been pulling you. And
You have been pulling me, and I've been going. So I'm here.
Yes, good. You say happy.
And listen, I try to look like people.
Yeah.
It's not about the look, oh.
Yeah, the spirit.
I mean, it's presenting. Bike organization, I don't enter and I see new problem. Just enter now.
Nice.
Okay, let's go. Motorcycles, walk up, motorcycles. I bow.
Okay, so I'm going to push you to the door. This is street motorcycle. The street motorcycle, the sports motorcycle, the story motorcycle.
Yes, sir. It's what I say when you have the cars and the sports. You have the SUV, you have the trucks. Yes. Oh, good.
So what we're doing now is called the motorcycle and the it's in line with what we're interesting. So it's simply just giving you what we're doing.
What you know, what you know.
Yeah, what we need to know.
To know.
So in the car, have you ever driven a manual car?
Yeah, that's how I started.
So you have an idea of what the clutch is, what the brake is, you have an idea of what the gear change is. So you do know that cars have what's called a H configured gear.
Yes, okay, yes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1.
Yes, so we jump over the side.
Okay.
Alright, so that's basically the mix in the shape. Yeah, and it means and clutch. This is a standard, very recent year moving motorcycle. So basically, I'm going to be changing some terminologies with what you already know.
Okay.
Yes, so I will jump right into it. This is, what would you call it?
I call it like a dashboard.
Exactly.
When you have both of them.
Exactly. So, for the purpose of knowledge and future reference, we don't call it dashboard.
Okay.
We call it the instrument cluster.
Instrument
Cluster.
cluster.
Yes.
Okay, instrument cluster.
Yeah, it's the same thing as in your car. It's just called it dashboard. It's called instrument cluster.
Okay. We're all school.
I know.
Yes, dashboard. Now you have to
So
start.
unless you are buying from Ladipo, if you want to buy a new car, there's no dashboard on Google.
Oh my God. Instrument cluster. Okay.
Google will be like, I can't make out what you're saying. Just fine.
I can see the speedometer. I can see the fuel gauge. I can
Great.
see the gear change indicator.
Yeah.
I can see the RPM, like more like the torque.
Correct, yeah.
Torque speed.
Yeah, that's the speed.
Yeah. That's the one I see. And time.
Okay, time. Okay. So before we go, the instrument cluster.
Okay, and the
is
indicators for movement.
Yeah,
This is the
so-
oil indicator. This is the gear change indicator from here.
you
also
pressing the
there.
train, press the wings.
I did try small. I did
Okay. So we have this button here. It's called pass.
This one.
Yeah, it's called pass.
What's called?
Flashing light.
Oh, that's the flashing. Flashing.
Yeah.
I will flash that guy. Flash
Yeah,
out,
flash
out.
and light.
Okay, flash and light.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's
But it's called pass.
It's called pass. Yeah. So eventually you begin to learn road communication differently
From
when you drive.
what we know. Okay.
Driving, you can bully anybody. Riding, you gotta be gentle.
Yeah. They bully you off the road.
Exactly.
Before you speed off the road, I get
Exactly.
that.
So I'm gonna take the helmets off. So for here we have the throttle.
Let me tell you the small one that I know. Let me form small.
Okay.
So this is the throttle.
Okay.
This is the front
Brake.
brake.
Yeah.
This is the front brake.
Yeah.
This is your clutch.
Yes.
Yeah. When you downshift, you are increasing your speed. When you go up, you are slowing down. When you come down.
When you open the throttle, you're
Yes.
increasing your speed.
Open. When you open throttle,
Yeah.
you're increasing. When you go that way, you're
close the
you're
throttle.
closing the throttle. You're decreasing speed.
Yes.
I know that the rear brakes are here.
Yes.
The rear brakes are right here.
Yes.
Yeah, and we are going to call that thing is supposed to be called the kickstand.
Yes.
So you kick it off
Yes.
to put it on the stand, and you always want to lean towards the area when you drop it down, lean and
Okay.
hold, and ensure that it's stable before you get off.
Okay.
You're supposed to.
Just launching.
I want to tell you what I know. So
Yes,
I,
yes, yes.
then I say I don't have to prepare my brain once more.
Lovely.
Yes. So when you want to come up, you want to make sure that you have a bike that your legs can
Down.
put down on it. You climb, raising the leg all the way to the other side and leaning it up to the right hand side. Then you keep up the kickstand to put it in. That while you're doing that, you ensure that your clutch is held tight. You will stop the tires from rolling forward.
Okay.
You understand, before you even attempt to start all this
Yes.
scenario that you are teaching me. So far, so good. That's the small thing I've learned.
So you have done your homework. Which is really good.
Small homework, it's not plenty.
After that, you are correct. Yes. And anybody that is sitting behind the bike usually call the pillion instead of passenger.
Passenger, talk. You call it billion.
Pillion. P-I-L-L-I-O.
Pillion.
Yeah, pillion.
Why pillion?
That's the general. That's how we do it.
Let's see. Pillion.
Pillion.
You gonna be my pillion? Eventually you be my pillion. Okay, but today I'll be your pillion.
Maybe.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure I use the word.
Yeah, so this here is your rider reset.
Yeah.
So, and sorry, pillion reset.
Pillion. Yeah. So this is the rider zone.
Yes.
And this is the pillion zone.
Yes.
This is the pillion seat.
Pillion seat, pillion reset, rider seat, rider reset. Alright, so this is your gear shift lever. That's what you use to change gear. Down. Yes. So mounting the bike and dismounting the bike. Basically,
Not climbing the bike, mounting the bike.
Yes.
Mounting.
mounting the bike.
Pillion.
Yes.
Mounting.
Yes. So
Ignition.
ignition,
Barrier.
Barrel.
Barrel.
Yeah,
I tried to
yeah. So you need to mount the bike and there's what you call startup procedure.
start a procedure.
Yeah.
When I get to the swimming pool, I have to be on the kickboard for like 20 laps, trying all the kicks, fundamental kicks, before any new drill. I do all the, I use the floating board as well to do my hands, kickboard for my everything before we go into any new thing. So that is how I was taught. I always prefer, because it's safety.
Yes.
And now, then I was not even the mother. Now, I am a mother.
Yes, yes, yes.
So extra conscious.
Yes,
safety.
yes. The risk level has to be reduced.
Yeah, not just that. I have a lot of young people looking up to my life.
Yes.
This
yes.
life cannot come and waste. I want to.
At all.
Yes, so
We're riding because not just because a physical, we need more productivity.
yeah, I just feel that in life, life is about continuous learning.
I agree.
Don't stop learning anything. And I'm really intrigued by this. I have been intrigued by it since the 80s, since all those bikes. You will see all those guys with the beard gang, with the bikes, Harley Davidson, motorcycles, and they had Hardy jackets and all of that. I just felt it's a culture. I feel it's a culture.
Yeah.
And that's the same way I felt about martial arts. I've been following Bruce Lee and all of that. I love that idea of discipline, body control, self-control, self-preservation and defense. So same thing with swimming. I feel it's a basic skill.
Same thing with riding.
And with riding, I feel like this is already part of our life in the world that we are in. If it's important to learn to drive a car, it's important to learn to ride a bicycle and a motorbike because these are our means of transportation.
Maybe fly a plane.
I will be flying a plane because I was going for a nautic device that I dancing. So I still have love for aerodynamics.
Exactly. There's no limit at all.
No limit. Explore.
Nice. So let's do a quick run over.
Okay.
What's your saying?
Today.
That's what we know.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay.
Okay.
Should I start?
Yes.
So first thing first, I want to talk about the basic controls area for the motorbike. This is the throttle. This is the front brake lever. You have the rear brake lever here. Pedal.
Hands are levers.
Okay.
Legs
Hands
are
are levers. Legs are pedals. Thank you. So lever and the rear brake pedal. You have the pillion for the rider, and you have the pillion rear set as well. You have the rider's rear set and the pillion rear set. That's on this side. The right hand side of the motorcycle does all the control for braking system as well as speed.
Yes.
The left hand side does the control of that other side in terms of the levels at which you can accelerate or decelerate. And that's why coming to this side, you have here the clutch system. This handle here doesn't really do anything apart from the controlling left and right. There's no addition to it. Steering. Then we have here the gear system.
Yes.
Yeah, the gear system, most motorcycles have 6 and 5 to 6.
Yes.
You've not seen 7 or 8 yet. So 5 to 6. Level 1, which is our first gear, is down. And every other level comes above neutral, which is halfway between 1 and 2. Yes, and we have here the kickstand that is used with the heel. And with muscle memory, you'll be able to find it each time you want to use it. It is very important to, when you mount the motorcycle, to lean into upright position and make sure your feet are firm on the ground. Then use your kick stand to put it into a position for riding. And in order to use the gear system, you need to press your clutch down. Now, for the clutching, everything in terms of braking, accelerating, or clutching needs to be done in a progressive manner. Nothing should be done abruptly. So you should never release the clutch abruptly. You must be progressive. While you are in neutral position, you want to verify you are in neutral position without the help of your the electronics or the cluster. Instrument cluster. Yeah, it's not dashboard. It's very cluster. One of the ways to find that is find the friction zone, the friction point, and that is just the point where friction is beginning to lose. It's like the power is transferred to the rear wheel so that it can propel you forward. Now, if you feel the friction point, which when it's in gear, you can see the advancement of motion slightly at that moment. That's the beginning of the motion to start. That is the friction point when it's in gear. When it's in neutral, you will still feel a subtle pressure, but inside you will not feel the motorbike trying. You will not feel there to launch. All you feel is that it's in neutral, and it has a very subtle downplay pressure to it, which is different from hello, how are you all doing? Which is different from that is when it's in gear. So yes. Then you have your switch here, and in order to turn it on and off, in bikes is on or off. But to advance into progressive engine combustion, we now go to where the kill switch is. We turn on the kill switch, and we're able to
crank motor.
Yeah, crank.
Not start.
Crank. We're able to crank the engine, crank the motorcycle, and put it into
Yeah.
gear.
Well done. Sounded like a lot. Well done. Great job. Great job. Come back and pass. Yeah, just escorting like that. Get your hang of it, breathe. Get into the goal. It's gonna go. More momentum. You release more gently. Less momentum. Yes. You get out, you release more gently. Okay, so you just escort it like that. And while you're doing that, you're finding balance with the handlebar. You're not using any throttle. The bike is configured for beginners. That's why the idle is high and it's making you to move easier. So release the throttle, the clutch a bit more so that you gain more momentum. More momentum. More momentum will mean more balance. Great job. You see that little steering input is used for steering the bike. So it gets too fast, you pull the clutch in. So you need momentum to start flow. Great job. Release the clutch some more. Throw that, right? No problem. No problem. I'm going to do muscle on ski. I'm having fun already.
Yeah, I'm trying to, the other thing you just said, I'm trying to like apply them again.
Okay. Great job. More momentum by releasing the clutch, you need more room. So you just need your feet to find method. Too fast, the clutch in. Too fast, the clutch in. Okay. Too fast, the clutch in. Baby step. Baby step. Okay. Great job. Straighten it out. Yes. So our goal this time is all the way to the White Star. Yes. So riding is like life. You need to focus on your objective and not the distractions in between. And not the obstacles. So this course is to tackle obstacles. Try and sit down in the middle and keep your weight in the middle. Little steering input. Great job. Great job. Excellent work. Excellent. Too fast in clutch. Excellent work. Great job. Great job. Great clutch modulation. You can put your leg on the foot peg now. Or on the rest.
Okay.
Excellent. So stay in the middle. Just center your weight. No muscle required, just little steering input. Okay, you can go back down first.
Okay.
You drive.
I'm taking it one step at a time.
Yes. I'm just trying to find out how much I can push you.
Get my feet off the floor.
Yes. So I'm trying to find out how much I can push you.
That was the first time getting my feet off the floor.
Yes.
I never was able to do that. I was never able to get my feet off the floor.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh my god.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So now, handlebars. Maybe we should leave this on. You use your efficiency to get to the seat. Okay, I'm going to explain how you do that. Remember you're in gear 1?
Yeah.
So it's halfway. It's there. Verify. Excellent. So you can switch off. You can put the side stands on. Excellent. Happy Sorie. Great job.
Raise my leg up for the first time.
Very cool. Very cool. Very
I was so excited. I reached my leg on the floor.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
You see these cones?
Okay, I'm going to try and attempt to write this thing again.
Mommy,
Yes.
before you said you were scared to write it down.
I am scared, but today, like one part of the liver, they don't cut them. They mended one of the livers. So,
How
Coach
is
said,
that possible?
because when I went for bike training, he gave me some principles that I want to apply now. And I wish I had done the two recordings earlier because I started getting that momentum and balance. So for balance, if I gain momentum, I'll get balance. Woo! Pray for me. Because I'm not wearing any safety. Listen, don't do this without safety at home. Oh. This is my own home. If I crash, my family will carry me. Ellen, are you ready to carry me?
Yes, I guess.
Let's go. Ewo. Mo gbà o. Woo! It's a lie. Hey, let me see if I can turn. I can't turn, no. Can I turn? Whoa, I'm riding. Where they see? Diana,
Yes,
can you see?
Professional bikist.